In this episode, we discuss the Canadian Armed Forces' role in bringing Syrian refugees to Canada, how one member took an innovative approach to accident investigation, recognize a member for their contribution to improving the quality of life in Canada's Navy, and tell you how Defence Team News is coming to your social media feed. Happy New Year and welcome to Defence Team News, your source for information and updates about Canada's military and the Department of National Defence. I'm Jill Klassen.
And my name is Captain Shalako Smith. Here's what's going on in defence for the week of January the 11th. Operation Provision is the Canadian Armed Forces operation in support of the Government of Canada's initiative aimed at resettling 25,000 Syrian refugees in Canada by the end of February 2016. The CAF are contributing by assisting with medical and biometric screenings for refugees and providing military transport when required. They are also prepared to provide interim lodging for approximately 6,000 refugees at various bases across Ontario and Quebec, and an additional 7,000 at facilities across Canada should they be called upon to do so. As of January 5th, approximately 6,300 Syrian refugees have arrived in Canada.
Private Mohammed Haydari from 2 Mechanized Brigade Group in Petawawa, one of approximately 227 members currently deployed, recently told us about the work he's doing in Lebanon.
My job here at the biometric station is to help assist in the fingerprinting process, the name assessing process, and also with the photographing process. First, we collect the documents from the actual refugees and we take them and we look for their names, their first name, their surname, and then we go and look for their date of birth, their location of birth, and we see if they're from any other region of the Middle East. We go and take possibly their passport information and identify that in the system itself. After that, what we do is we take their fingerprints, first with their 4 right fingers, then their 4 left fingers, and then both of their thumbs. After that, we take a picture of the refugees and we finalize the process by inputting their digital code onto the sheet, and it gets sent along to the next position.
The Innovators feature seeks to highlight those members of the defense team who take an innovative approach to their work and in turn improve how we work as an organization. Our latest profile is with Mr. Vince Horn, the group leader for failure analysis and accident investigation. When an equipment or technical failure happens within national defense, his team is called in to investigate what went wrong. And to do this, they often have to think outside the box.
One of the really unique bits of evidence we got for this particular investigation was a video I saw on YouTube the morning after the accident. So this particular person wasn't on the airfield with the rest of the camera crews and the photographers, but he was in a very good spot to capture the sound that aircraft was making when it passed by him. It happened to be the first spot where that aircraft started running into a problem with its engines.
If you want to see the rest of his profile, click the related link.
This week's Bravo Zulu goes to leading seaman Bassam Mothana, who recently received the Royal Canadian Navy Centennial Award at Canadian Forces Base Halifax. The award recognizes a junior non-commissioned member for their contribution to the quality of life in Canada's Navy, and it's evidenced by their dedication, enthusiasm, and spirit of cooperation at sea and ashore. Leading seaman Mothana embodies this and has become the standard for others to emulate. He's been selected as sentry in various national commemorations. He's been awarded commendations for his contribution to missions, and he's volunteered with numerous charities and outreach programs. Here's a clip with Vice Admiral Norman, Commander of the Royal Canadian Navy, saying a few words at the presentation.
It was a very stringent and demanding selection process. There were a whole series of nominees, and everybody came with great arguments as to why their sailor was worthy of this, but ultimately you were selected amongst a very, very impressive list of other sailors. So congratulations, well done.
Bravo Zulu to you, leading seaman.
Depending on where you're watching from, you may have already noticed this episode is our very first on social media. Each bi-weekly episode of Defence Team News will now be posted to YouTube under the Canadian Armed Forces channel, as well as on the CAF Facebook and Twitter accounts, to give members greater access to the news and information affecting the defense team. Each episode will also continue to be posted to the Defence Team intranet. Now here's what happened this week in Canadian military history.
On January 14, 1950, a North Star aircraft from the Experimental Improving Establishment, number 412 Squadron, based at Canadian Forces Base Rockcliffe in Ottawa, Ontario, completes the first transglobal flight in a flying time of 125.2 hours.
Thanks for watching. For more information on anything mentioned in this episode, click on the related links, and we'll see you next time
For Defense Team News.